haven't even had time to look at the stats, but yeah, really proud of our response tonight. When things weren't really going our way, we were not playing, great basketball. We found a way, making some adjustments, different people, key contributions, a little bit out of position, and things like that. But just really proud of how we never splintered. Things were not necessarily going the way we wanted, but no one went on their own. Everyone stuck together. Everyone was just focused on doing what we needed to do to be successful. Different people with really big plays down the stretch. So, yeah, very proud of our team today.
Coach, obviously, the tough first three quarters, when you guys get back into it, kind of your staples, defense and rebounding, and starts out with a couple of putbacks right off the gate from Quay. How important were those two buckets right there to kind of just get in that groove early on in the quarter?
Yeah, really important. I thought, I think both teams were kind of battling, and, I know we felt that we weren't playing particularly well, or weren't getting, the looks that we necessarily wanted, but so those were huge momentum plays, I thought. I thought Quay was just incredible during that stretch, almost sort of single-handedly got us, going energy-wise, and everybody fed off of that.
Quay, is there something that you kind of thought to yourself, I need to get this team going a little bit?
I was just thinking about my conversation with Miss Murray before the game, and how she basically told me that I'm better than what I've been putting out. And I just read the room with my team and what they needed from me, and everyone was doing their part. And I just felt like I had room to improve during that game, so I just did whatever came to me.
You guys had a big advantage on the glass, especially in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
How big of a deal do you think that was tonight? I mean, was that a pretty big emphasis?
Yeah, every time we play a game, they're attack the glass, rebound, box out, anything that has to do with rebound is written on the board 3 times, literally on offense and defense. So I feel like that's always an area for emphasis for us, and we just try to get after it.
Coach, it felt like around the media timeout in the third quarter and after that, there was a big emphasis on getting the ball inside, offensive rebounding, throwing it in the post, cutting. Was that something that you specifically tried to adjust, or was that something that the players really?
I think the players did that. I think they recognized an advantage. On paper we had a size advantage inside, but I thought that they did a good job of sort of negating that a little bit, and they were putting so much pressure on us defensively from the 3-point line that it was hard. The biggest adjustment we made is we just went smaller, so that we could maybe guard the 3-point line with switching and, a little bit more effectively. But yeah, I mean, our team really knows each other very well, so they know, when Quay gets going a little bit, they're looking for Quay. When Nettie gets going, they're looking for Nettie. So I thought we had some tremendous cutting off the basketball from Kendall and Sarah and different people, so we ended up in the paint, not necessarily just by trying to cram it inside, but just basic good ball movement.
You touched on the adjustment to go smaller, but it felt like for the majority of the second and third quarters that they just wouldn't miss a 3. What's going through your head, and what are you saying at the timeouts to your players when they're so hot like that?
Yeah, I mean, we just want to make sure we're contesting everything. Great teams, great shooting teams can make shots, but you want to make sure they're contested. They can't be open looks. And so kind of trying to make sure we were all on the same page as far as coverage, defensively helped, and just reiterating those things, making sure everybody in the group knew exactly what we were doing was important.
Coach, you went with Jalen and Kendall in that fourth quarter. What about that lineup do you think really helped the team on the stretch?
Well, they're both tremendous defensively. They both are very unselfish as far as making the right basketball play. They both have the ability to score. They both are totally trustworthy to do what they're supposed to do. And that historically, down the stretch of games, has been a really good lineup for us. So they were both playing well, and the team was playing well, so we stuck with what was working.
And then in that middle stretch of the game, the offense seemed to stagnate a little bit. Did you notice anything Oklahoma State did defensively that the offense had trouble with? And if so, how did the offense adjust in that fourth quarter early?
I don't know. I probably just need to go back and watch the film to see specifically why. I thought their help was really heavy, which makes it difficult to get the ball inside. They rotated pretty aggressively. They kept their feet free so they could kind of get around and get into gaps and things like that. But I think we just kind of stayed the course and, kept our pace where we wanted it to be. And again, cutting and different things that these guys did really helped.
Kendall, you had a huge fourth quarter, hit the 3. the steal and the layup. Was there something that happened where you kind of flipped that switch, or do you just get in the flow of the game?
I think, it's not really a switch. It's just, I'm here to catch the ball and just play basketball. And I was open and I shot the ball and made it, and then the ball came to me on defense. So it's not really flipping a switch. It's just being sound, like Coach Jay said, and be reliable and just do what I know I can do.
You guys scored on almost every possession in the fourth quarter. I think a lot of that was off of your defense. That kind of sparked that.
Not just my defense, but I think everybody's defense.
Yeah.
We are a defensive team, as we know, and I think down the stretch we really start relying on that, and really, as the intensity starts building, we also start building intensity on defense, and that fuels our offense.
And what took 3 quarters to finally kind of cool them off, or frustrate them a little bit offensively?
I think the ball screens were coming from a lot of different angles, and so we were trying to get that figured out. But by the end of the the third quarter, we finally got it figured out, and so
It took a while.
Probably that, yeah.
For coach and the players, this has been such a big week. I mean, 3 games in the last 6 days, and they've all been different. Different types of wins, things like that. Has it kind of been a whirlwind week for you guys, and been a really good week because of all the variety of teams and wins you've had?
Yeah, I think it's been a great week, but it's also been exhausting. Especially not just the 3 games. I think we're very conditioned and we're very tough, so we can push through fatigue. But having 3 totally different teams is mentally exhausting because we do pour a lot into our scouting reports, game planning, and things like that, and our players really buy in and study and learn the scout, and that's they're also have chemistry homework and philosophy exams, and they're doing a lot. It's very tiring, but hopefully we can rest for a couple days and then get back at it.
For either one of the players, what was this week like for you, Clay?
And everybody's sick.
I don't know because I really can't tell you much of the week until the last 30 minutes of my life just now. I don't recall. I just remember having practices, studying my scout. I had some homework, pregame, stretching every day. But I don't really have that's all I can really tell you right now.
Coach, can I ask you about attendance real quick, because this is the largest attendance in almost 7 years for any game, largest for a non-conference game at home in 11 years. What was it like just seeing that crowd in November?
Yeah, it was incredible. So I will look into the camera and say, Buff Nation, come to our games. It is really good basketball. We have a great team. We compete. We're a group that you should be really proud of, and the environment that the fans supported today was absolutely awesome. Coming out of timeouts, the energy when we make a run, the energy was just like you're saying, unlike anything we've ever experienced here at CU. We need to keep it going and grow it even more.
You grew up here. What was that like?
That was really cool. I remember coming to the CU Buffs women's basketball games when I was a freshman in high school, and it was nothing like this. And so I think that just talks to Coach JR and what she's built and this team and what we're trying to build, and it's awesome.
What were you focusing on going into this game, and what are you focusing on going into the future?
Going into this game, it was pretty scout driven, what they run offensively, because we're also new in the season. None of us have a ton of stuff in, so it was pretty simple stuff that they were going to run. But really it was understanding personnel and really trying to guard our personnel. That was sort of the focus, defensively at least. Offensively, we wanted to be aggressive in transition and play with great pace. I thought we were too aggressive in transition early, and we did not have great pace. So I think that's something that we have to be able to see it on film and recognize when and where we could have, pulled back on the throttle a little bit and then stepped on the gas more in the half court. So this is so early in the season, 3 games in, first week of season. We just still have lots and lots of areas to grow.
Coach, 86 points in all 3 of your first games and 90 in the first 2. What was the biggest goal offensively in the offseason to really get to these kind of scoring numbers?
Fix our pace in the half court so that the ball is constantly moving. It never really sticks too much in one place. And then grow our 3-point shooting. So we didn't shoot the ball that well tonight, but we have a lot of people that can shoot the 3. And everyone is very confident to shoot the 3. So those were our main focuses.
Coach, can you speak to the team's toughness? It seems like they have a physicality about them. It looked like Oklahoma State tried to come in and try to muscle, but you guys weren't having it. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, I mean, we take a tremendous amount of pride in what we do in the weight room in the off season. We love to get strong. We talk about being strong, and we are a physical team. You know, we feel like if we can know our scout, recruit players that are really bought into each other, unselfish play, and we can be a team that never ever wilts. Like no matter what, we never wilt. Then we have a chance to be successful most nights.
Quay, what did you learn about you guys tonight? You know, LSU, you controlled a lot of that game. Lemoyne in control the whole time, but tonight was back and forth. What do you think you learned as a team tonight?
I think something that I don't want to say we learned because this was something that we focused on all season or leading to the season was just our mental toughness, being able to not, like Coach said, splinter. I think that was one of our biggest improvements from last year. We tended to like get down on ourselves, and it's something that even Frida says in practices, like to remind us like that's just not who we are anymore. We're trying to really get that out of our culture because in moments like that when it's the hardest, we want to come together instead of going outward. So I think that what it taught me, I guess, is that we have that now, and we can't let go of that.
Brian, last one.
Coach, this seemed to be like the classic Sarah Rose Smith game of why you recruited her.
Yeah.
What's it like having almost a double-digit rebounder come off the bench? I mean, she can do other things as well, but
Yeah.
that's kind of a piece you guys haven't had in the past.
Yeah.
So is this kind of why you recruited her? Again,
Yeah,
like
absolutely, yeah. And Sarah's, you know, really new in our system, and she actually missed a fair amount of the preseason practices just with little injuries and such. So I think she recognizes right now this is the one thing I can do to really help our team. You know, as I'm learning system, as I'm, you know, getting comfortable in different positions. And yeah, I mean, she's an incredible rebounder. Even that offensive rebound on the free throw at the end of the game, monster play, you know, and we can trust her to give that type of effort. And I think she'll continue to grow and grow, you know, as she learns system and things like that. But for now, that is a game changer for us.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks, you guys.